All right, people. So, lesson 2, we are bringing back some old elementary school friends that you've probably seen before. If you have not, we've got them all labeled here for you. Our mean. Mean is the average, and it tells you exactly what to do here. Hey, you're going to add up all the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers, which sounds kind of odd, the number of numbers. We're talking about how many numbers that you're talking about. Median, the middle value. The key thing here is they need to be written in order. A lot of times you'll say they need to be written in order from least to greatest. Could be greatest to least, but as long as they're in order, it's fine. And then range, mode. Mode, the value that occurs the most often. Again, mode, most. So you do want to watch for that. And range, the difference between the highest and the lowest values. And that shows you how far things are separated from each other. So let's look at the first problem here. We've got mark scores, friend scores from the new Learn Zillion game, the video game. All scores are out of 100%. Make a dot plot to show the different scores. Okay, so our good friend, the dot plot. In a dot plot, we are going to plot using, we're going to use dots. All right. So we're going to use dots to kind of graph everything that's there. So what we can see here is the lowest score is 0, so we can put a 0 all the way down there. The highest score is 100, so we can place a 100 that's there. And then we just want to, what should we count by? Well, I know 50 is in the middle, so you know what? I'll count by tens. Nothing wrong with that. So I got a 10 there, a 20 there, a 30 there, a 40 there, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So we just use a dot every time the number comes up. So first thing I have is 98. So I'm going to underline it so I know I've used it. So 98 will be right around there. 53, a little bit to the right of the 50. 26 to the, well, kind of in the middle, but a little closer to 30. 31, just on the other side of 30. 82 to the right of the 80, 29 to the left of the 30. So I'm bigger than 26 though, so I am looking at that. 64, so kind of the middle of 60 and 70. 100 all the way at the far end. 98. So, because I've got a second one, we go up on top of it. So we stack a lot like ice cream, if you want to think of it in that standpoint. 77, so almost to the 80. 52. Just to the right. Oh, there's a 50. Oh, that was 53 though, so just going to be to the left of it. And then 58, so there we are. And then 0, all right, which is all the way at the far end. So there's my dot plot there. I know, a lot of work, got a lot of numbers that are kind of going on there. Now, what we've got going on here next is they want the mean, median, and mode. So let's take care of the modes first because that's kind of the fastest. The mode is who appears the most. So I can see there I've got my 2 dots that are up there. So who appears the most? Yeah, that's 98. All right, the median. All right, I need the numbers in order from least to greatest, and then I can go ahead and figure out what we're working on with here. Sorry, people, problem with the, there we go. Now, median. Actually, I'll take that back. I think median actually takes a little bit more work because we need them in order. So we do have them in order. So I can see, okay, I could just list them all out, but if I notice here, I've got this guy knocks out with this guy with this one with this one, this one with that one. All right, this one with this one leaves me just this guy that's left over, and to the left of the 6. Oh, that was 58. So now here's the thing, people. If you were just listening to me going, what is that guy talking about? You need to put them in order from least to greatest. So you need to put the 0 down. You need to put down the number 26, followed by the number 31. You need to list them all out and then just visually find who that middle number is. But again, this is nice because it's in order, so you can just kind of like, okay, you with you, you with you, you with you, and you're the one left over. Mean, we add them all up. We will be making use of the calculator. So all we're going to simply do is add up all of our numbers. So we're going to put a plus sign between all of those. If we add up all of those numbers, we're going to get 768. But now remember, mean, you've got to figure out, you got to divide it by how many numbers there were. If we count up how many numbers we had standing there, we would get 13. So we divide it by 13. Punch that into your calculator. Go ahead. Punch it in. Punch it in. All right. Your calculator would say something like that. But because I read directions so well, I see they want me to round to nearest tenth. So I'll say 59 and 1/10. All right. So yeah, definitely calculator will be in play here. We'll definitely be making use out of that. Yeah, we'll do rounding. We'll tell you the stuff that you need. Part C there, which score best describes the center for this data? So we can use mean, median, and we can use mode. Mode's not. Most people aren't at a 98. That's not the center. You can see 59.1 is good. Yeah, so in this case here, we could take either one. We could take mean, all right, or we could take median. The main thing is we're not going to take mode. This time, mode is not the best representative. And again, we're looking for that center, which is, yeah, average, yeah, middle, but that's why we've got different ways of finding that out. The next question is the different heights. We will not do the one at that time. We want to go to where it says your turn. All right. So here we've got a teacher surveyed her students, asking them, how many hours do you spend on homework every night? The results are in the table. Organize this data in a line plot. So I'll notice that the smallest number is 0, which hopefully that would not be considered you. I guess unless you had study hall. I don't know. Even then, hopefully you'd have something to do with it. You're doing some studying outside of class there. You can see that the largest number there is a 4. So I'll just count by ones. 0, so that's a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. So if we plot the 2, and again, I'm going to mark them as I do it. Then I got a 4. There it is. Got a 3. There it is. Notice I got them all level with each other. A 1. There you are. A 2. You're going to stack up. A 1. Stack up. Now notice I've got those guys lined up where they're at 2s. The 3. Oh, now I got all of them lined up there. I got a 2. Up, 2's in the lead. 1. Up, it's tied up. I know this is exciting, isn't it? The 4. Again, all the 2's are lined up there. We got a 1, and we've got a 0. That's there. And again, all the all the 1's are lined up, excuse me. All right, so I got them all. That's there. Find the 3 measures of center for this data. So mean, median, and mode. I can see from my line plot, mode is 1. All right, that appears the most often. Median, the middle number. Now, like I said, this is where this one over here would match up with this guy over here, and this guy would match up. But that's kind of tough to do, so we can kind of group them a little bit. Like I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's my 5th one. That just leaves the 2 guys left over. They're both 2s, so there's a 2. Again, I can list them on all in order from least to greatest. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And again, I could just kind of like, okay, you're knocked out, you guys knock out, you get knocked out with you, you with you, you with you, and then, yeah, there's what we got left over. So it's fine. Again, whatever it takes to find the middle number, the middle one there. And the mean, we got to add them all up. If you would add up all those numbers, a 2, a 4, a 3, a 1, a 2, all those 2 particular numbers, you should end up getting. I really wish there was a symbol at the end there. You should get 24. All right. But there were 12 numbers. So here the mean is 2 as well. So what could a teacher use this statistical information for? Recommendations. All right, we could definitely use this for recommendations there, that the typical student studies or works on homework for about 2 hours each particular night. But we could also say that most students actually do for 1 hour. But again, we still have some people with 3s and 4s, and we still have people not doing their work at all. So again, you can interpret a lot of statistics many different ways. The other thing we can compare it to is grades. It'd be interesting to see if the students with the 4 hours and the 3 hours actually had higher grades than those with the 1s and the 2s. So we can do a lot with the statistics to kind of look into it. That's all we got for you today. All right, we'll work on this tomorrow in class.